Hello there ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zephyr and in this video I will be reviewing a game called Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries to see if it's worth playing during your downtime. Mechwarrior 5 in a nutshell is a first-person giant robot shooter and it is developed by Piranha Games Inc. A small disclaimer, I have never played Mechwarrior 1, 2, 3 and 4, so I cannot tell you what is the difference between the past iteration of Mechwarrior series and its current installment. But I have played Mechwarrior Online and BattleTech, so I will be drawing some comparison from those games instead. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope I can get past the 100 subscriber milestone before the year end. Mechwarrior 5 have co-op mode, and you can play with up to 3 additional people. The co-op mode is online, but if you do not have any friends to play with and hoping to play with random pubs, you'll be sorely disappointed, as Mechwarrior 5 does not have the option for you to host a public game. You can host for your friends to join, but not for people that are not in your friends list. And how co-op mode works in Mechwarrior 5 is that your friends will be using the mech that you have. So if you are hoping that your friend will be using his or her powerful assault mech into the fray, you will be slightly disappointed. Now, Mechwarrior 5 have 3 game modes: Instant Action, Career, and Campaign. Instant Action is basically a scenario mode where you can select any mech that you would like to use and complete your given objective, whereas Career mode is like the campaign, but the difference between the two is that the Career mode is supposedly to be an open world sandbox experience, but the campaign does not restrict your movement and you can go to whichever system you like as well. And because of that, there is not much difference between the campaign and career mode, other than the fact that in campaign mode there is a storyline quest for you to complete. And for this review, I'll be playing through the campaign mode to show you the gameplay. Let's start. In Mechwarrior 5, you will be running a mercenary company, and your task is primarily taking contracts all over the star system to earn money. And with those money, you can buy new weapons, new battle and hire pilots to pilot those battle and you can hire those pilots under the barrack. And in Mechwarrior 5, your pilots can get injured or even die after a battle, so it is best to hire additional pilots just in case. The mech market is pretty much self-explanatory. You can buy and sell your excess mech right over here. And you can do the same things for your equipment as well over at the equipment market. Now, over at the star map, you can see the entire world of Mechwarrior 5 and it is huge. And as I mentioned earlier, there is not much difference between the campaign and the career mode, as you can go wherever you please in the campaign mode as well. The main difference between the two is the storyline quest, and even then you can actively avoid doing it and do whatever you please until you feel like continuing on with the story. And over at the battle mech, this is where you can store your active and unused battle mech. You can paint your mech if you so desire, and personally, I like to leave it as a default color. I mean, you're fighting against AI, and camouflaging your mech to the environment will not work effectively against the AI as compared to fighting against human players. You can change the loadout of your mech to suit your playstyle, as long as it's within the tonnage limit right over here. If you have played Mechwarrior Online before, you'll notice that at this customization screen, you cannot change your engine over in Mechwarrior 5. And you cannot change the mech structure as well. So in terms of customization, it is slightly lacking as compared to Mechwarrior Online. Now, if you have played Mechwarrior or rather BattleTech before, you'll see that the contract system is exactly the same. You can negotiate for better rewards using your negotiation points. Let's say if you want to have more base pay, you can increase it right over here, or you prefer to have more savage share at the end of the day, you can do so as well. Now, the mission details stated in the contracts are very important, as they tell you things such as what kind of environment you'll be fighting on and if you can see your enemy clearly or not. As for this case, we'll be fighting on a volcanic planet and visibility is slightly restricted, so that means we can't see our enemy clearly. I will not talk much about the mission type, as most of the time is either you destroy this objective or you protect this certain objective. What the contract does not tell you is how difficult the contract is. The number beside the difficulty does not stand for anything. Does it mean there's 47 enemy units on the map? Or is that the maximum amount of savage you can get after you complete the contract? But what is a good indicator of the enemy type that you can face is the tonnage limit. So if you can bring in 4 battle mech with an assault mech or 2 within the maximum tonnage limit of 270, you must be prepared that the enemy can also fill in 1 or 2 assault mech for this mission as well. And this mission will be going in with Victor, Warhammer, Rifleman, and Gungan Fan. So basically we are going in with 1 assault mech and 3 heavy mechs. Let's start. Now, as we wait for the game to load, I want you to know that I have been playing Mechwarrior 5 at the lowest graphical setting. I have played at the highest graphical setting and I must admit, the game looks really good. But the downside is that with my current PC specs, it is hard for me to maintain a smooth 30 FPS rate. And even when the graphical setting have been set to low, there are times where I will get random drops in FPS. So if your PC does not meet the minimum requirement for Mechwarrior 5, I suggest you think twice before getting this game. Combat in Mechwarrior 5 will take some time to get used to should you never play a Mechwarrior game before, as the mouse is used to control the upper torso of the battle mech, which is your camera by the way, whereas the WASD controls the lower torso of the mech. Just because you turn your camera right, your lower torso does not automatically turn towards the direction you are looking at. Besting the enemy battle mech can be done in 3 ways. First, the standard way is to destroy their center torso. The second method is slightly unorthodox, which is to destroy the battle mech legs. And lastly is to destroy the head, which is the cockpit. You know, the place where your pilot is sitting at. Should the enemy defeat you by the legs, there's a chance that your pilot will get injured instead of incapacitated. But anywhere else, the likelihood of dying is rather high. Hence, I mentioned earlier to keep a healthy roster of pilots, as death is pretty common in this line of work. Combat in Mechwarrior 5 and Mechwarrior Online are exactly the same as each other. With that being said, what is the experience like when playing with AI companions as compared to human players? How are the AI in Mechwarrior 5? For starters, the AI can be categorized between derpy and actual mercenaries. And the AI companions you got are the derpy ones. Your AI companion can destroy small targets well, such as tanks and helicopters, but when going against a battle mech, their shots go haywire. Your AI will shoot anywhere else but the center torso. And by the time you are done destroying 2 battle mech, the AI is still fighting with that one single battle mech. The enemy AI on the other hand is like a goddamn beast. They will gank up on you and ignore your AI companion as though they are air. The AI will send 1 battle mech to engage with your AI battle mech, but most of the time it is nothing but them playing fights. Whereas the rest of the AI is coming at you as though you have desecrated their ancestors' grave. Because of that, fighting in Mechwarrior 5 is mentally taxing, as you are fending off multiple battle mech while trying to not get yourself killed and minimize repair costs once the mission is over. By having AI by your side, you would expect that you are able to give out commands for your AI to carry out, and there are some tactical commands for you to order your AI, but they are just simple commands such as cover me, attack my target, and go to this area. Among the 3 commands, The most tactical command is to go to this area, and even then, you need to look at the area you want the AI to go before they move to the designated area. It is not as though there is no map in Mechwarrior 5. There is. It is just that you cannot place a marker on the map and tell your AI to go to that area. It would be better if there are additional commands such as patrol and search and destroy. All in all, the tactical aspect in Mechwarrior 5 is disappointing. The way the AI works and the lack of tactical gameplay in Mechwarrior 5 will force you to be a full-time brawler. You can build yourself a LRM battle mech, but your friendly AI will not capitalize on the opportunities to taking down the enemy, and that they do not proactively search for the enemies for you to rain missiles upon. You can build a LRM battle mech for the AI, but what's the point of doing that? You want to be piloting the LRM battle mech instead of the AI. Mechwarrior 5 is a low-key grindy game, as you will want to seek out for better and stronger battle mech as you progress through the game. Battle mech such as the Atlas, Battle Master, or the King Crab. Those big and powerful assault mech. But those powerful battle mechs weigh 80 tons or more. And from the weight limit you have seen earlier on the mission contract, you cannot go on a mission with a company full of assault battle mechs due to the weight limit. Like I mentioned earlier, the weight limit is a double-edged sword. It is a clear indicator of what kind of enemy you can face off against, but at the same time, it does not respect your hard work of going around taking contracts and saving money just to buy those powerful assault battle mech. You cannot go and take an easy contract for you to just, chill and bully the poor light mech running around. Mechwarrior 5 is a game that does not respect the player's time putting into the game and to allow them to feel powerful after grinding. But fortunately, there is a mod which allows you to go beyond the contract weight limits. And that is Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries, ladies and gentlemen. And you can get the game for $26 or your region equivalent. Can I recommend you this game for your downtime for $26? I accurately say yes, and only if you enjoy Mechwarrior, its lore, and playing by yourself. Cause if you just want to blow up mech, you can just install Mechwarrior Online. That game is free, and it provides you with a better gaming experience despite having the same gameplay as Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Considering the criticism I have for the game, and its asking price of $26, I rate Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries 7 out of 10. Should the price be beyond $30, I would have rated the game even lower. My name is Zephyr, like the wind I go and like a man I come. And it is time for me to go. Stay safe, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!